There is no food that contains all the essential nutrients the body requires to stay healthy and work properly, which is why we need a diet containing a variety of different foods and nutrients so our bodies get the wide range of nutrients our body needs. With this, as well as our calorie count, which must be the right amount for both sexes, women should have around 2,000 calories and men should be having roughly 2,500 calories a day. In a balanced diet for someone's day, it needs to consist of eating our 5 a day. So 5 portions of fruit and veg a day. Base our meals on potatoes, bread, rice, pasta or other starchy foods, using high fibre or whole grain if these are possible. You're required to have some dairy or calcium and using the lower fat and sugar options by eat beans, pulses, eggs, meat with 2 portions of fish a week and other proteins, but with more bean pulses in a week and less red or processed meats, so more chicken and turkey throughout the week, and use unsaturated oils and sprays, and also have them in smaller amounts. With drinking, you should drink 6 to 8 cups a day of either water, low-fat milk, sugar-free drinks, and limit yourself to 150 milliliters of juices a day. In your diet, you're required to have around 33% of carbohydrates, 33% of fruit and veg, 12% of protein, 7% of fatty foods, and 15% of dairy products. With nutrition, there are many benefits to people having a healthy diet, which one of the main ones is being weight loss, where this can help lower the risk of chronic conditions like heart disease, non-insulin dependent diabetes, mellitus and some cancers. As with someone that is obese, this can lead to developing cancers. A balanced diet of eating well also improves your day-to-day life, as it gives you the energy that you need to be able to keep active throughout the day, and the amounts you need depending on the activities you are taking part in. Nutrients you also need for growth and repair, helping you stay strong and healthy. Maintaining a healthy weight and diet that's in low saturated fats and high in fibre can help lower the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, where a balanced diet can also help massively with heart health and developing heart diseases, by maintaining blood pressure and cholesterol levels, as these can go up from too much salt and saturated fats. A diet rich in calcium keeps your teeth and bones strong and can help slow bone loss with osteoporosis when getting older. For a diet to work, fluids are a crucial part in this, and without fluids we will not be able to function, as they allow chemical reactions to take place. Where hydration is also very important to us and our bodies, as we can't live without it. We are around 60 to 70% of water, with having 90% of that water within our blood. It helps lubricate the joints and the cartilage, containing around 80% of water. Digestion requires water as well, as the bowel requires it to work efficiently, and it helps the body to flush waste and regulates body temperatures by evaporating to keep the body cool if it feels too hot, and to help prevent dehydration. If you have a poor diet, there are negative effects to your health and body from this. It can possibly lead on to obesity or just becoming overweight. with this leading to risk of developing disorders and conditions from heart diseases and strokes to cancer, high blood pressure, and many more, with some being life-threatening. Blood pressure, also known as hypertension, is thought to be a silent killer, as it remains undetected on most cases, so it isn't treated and is only found once the damage has been done. This will come from eating too much junk foods, fried foods, or salt, sugar, caffeine, and refined foods, as they are, if they are consumed to an excessive amount. Hypertension can also restrict you from certain things, like holding heavy weights out in front of you, as it builds up blood pressure. Diabetes can also be linked to poor nutrition and can result from consuming sugar and fat-laden diet, leading to weight gain. Strokes come from the plaque that builds up in blood vessels, then breaks free as the clot travels through your brain, creating a blockage from the poor nutrition. Where these strokes damage the brain and impair functioning, sometimes can lead to death. With gout, uric acid builds up and results in the formation of crystals in your joints. The painful swelling associated with gout can lead to permanent joint damage. A diet that is high in fat or cholesterol can also cause gout. Several types of cancers can be caused by poor nutrition, including bladder, colon, and breast cancers, and possibly a partially poor dietary habits, and may be partially caused by poor dietary habits. That will come from a high intake of food that contains refined sugars, nitrates, and hydrogenated oils. Physical activity levels. Physical activity is thought to be good and helps people live a healthy life, where some people do it and get enjoyment out of it and making them feel better about themselves, and some do it as a profession and their job in many different sports, and they can also find the enjoyment as well. Some people, however, won't do any or do minimal, as this can be affected by the lifestyle they live and the surroundings, and can lead them to living an unhealthy life. For adults ages between 18 to 64, there are recommendations to do at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic physical activity over a week, or at least 75 minutes of vigorous intensity, or have a combination of both. The aerobic activity should be performed in sections of at least 10-minute durations. Children aged 5 to 17 should accumulate at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous intensity every day, with most physical activity being aerobic. If you're someone who does no physical activity, it's best to start doing some, then it will slowly build up the amount and the intensity all the way to the recommended amounts, rather than jumping straight into it. With participating in physical activity, there comes a lot of benefits to this for people. You can gain a lot of health benefits from it, such as up to 35% lower risk of coronary heart disease and stroke, up to 50% lower risk of type 2 diabetes, up to 50% lower risk of colon cancer, and up to 20% lower risk of breast cancer, a 30% lower risk of depression, up to a 30% lower risk of dementia as well. As well as there being health benefits from physical activity, you can also have mental benefits, as it can relieve stress, release endorphins into the brain, where it also helps relax the muscles and relieve tension in the body, leading on to your mind feeling better as your body does. It can also have a positive impact on the mind to moderate depression from the endorphins released, but also promotes changes to the brain with new activity patterns that brings calm feelings to the mind. It can help someone's anxiety due to relieving tension and stress, boosting physical and mental energy, and enhances well-being through the release of endorphins. Exercising regularly is one of the best and most effective ways of reducing symptoms of ADHD, from the boost of the brain's dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin levels. As good as exercising can be, some people may find they over-exercise, and this can bring risks with it. From over-exercising your body, it is overstressed, which can affect your mental health with anxiety and depression, also with you feeling confused, anger, and having sudden mood swings. This can also be from you and your body being worn out and being tired, as this can stop you from feeling the familiar high after doing exercise, instead of constantly feeling physically and mentally tired and in need of rest. Too much exercise can also disrupt your sleep, as it can make you unable to sleep due to the relentlessness. If your muscles don't have time to recover, this can result in a persistent soreness and make day-to-day activities harder and more effort than they should already be. It can also lead to joint problems from constant pressure on them and the weight on them, especially if doing lots of weight training. Finally, it can also lead to a higher resting heart rate, and the heart rate problems are from stress. The heart problems can come from excessive high intensity exercises, leads to problems from the stress of the heart, leading to the increase in beats when resting. The heart problems can come from excessive high-intensity exercise, which leads to a higher risk of death from heart attacks or diseases. For people that are inactive, this brings effects to your bodies and health risks with it that can affect people's lives massively. Being inactive is that you live a sedentary lifestyle and don't do much or any physical activity at all. The effects to your body from this are more likely to gain weight, as they are burning less calories from not doing any exercise or the lack of use of your muscles, which you lose muscle strength and endurance. The bones will also be weaker, as there isn't as much pressure to put on them, and they're useless, so they're not used to the mineral content and just being used regularly. It can also bring trouble to break down fats and sugars, affecting your metabolism. The blood circulation in their bodies may be poorer, and the body may have more inflammation and can develop hormonal imbalance. The health risks that come with it is obesity, heart diseases, including coronary artery disease and a heart attack, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, stroke, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers including colon, breast and uterine cancers, osteoporosis and falls, increased feelings of depression and anxiety.